Call this meeting to order and start with pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we got a pretty short agenda here, and we're going to start with the reestablishment of a cumulative bridge fund. You may have noticed that the commissioners included approximately $3 million in our recent capital improvements plan to fix 3 bridges. It goes without saying that this type of infrastructure must be maintained. It's not really a choice. A lot of people have asked, why aren't you using the bridge fund? Well, our bridge fund has become depleted. Over the years, Porter County had not raised the bridge fund until 2015. It had been about 32 years prior to that before we had raised it at all. Our rate was the lowest in the state at that time, at half of a cent per 100. That being said, we're near the top of the state with the number of bridges that need to be maintained at 126. So we doubled the rate at that time to a cent, and that put us at the second lowest rate in the state, with still more bridges than almost anyone. So we're now moving to double it again to 2 cents, which puts us more in the average range. And after fixing these 3 most pressing bridges as part of our capital improvement plan, this bridge fund should have some time to grow back to a level where it can actually be used to maintain and fix our bridges regularly. So we shouldn't need to use other money for that anymore. And I want to be clear that this move will not raise taxes. It falls under the levy. The levy stays the same. It simply shifts where the dollars are going. Okay.
And, Laura, I'd like to also add that this is partly due to an aggressive bridge assessment program that we've put together here in county government over the last few months. And the good thing out of it is that we have an aggressive assessment program. And the bad thing about it is that aggressive assessment program has let us know just exactly the terrible condition some of these bridges are in. No longer are they being ignored or bypassed or overlooked. We know exactly what's wrong, and this is why we're here today.
Should we open the public hearing first?
Well, we'll see what we will. Mr. Novotny, Mr. Thompson, good morning.
Morning. Give some statements about...
I guess what Commissioner Biggs said is correct, in that when taking over the bridge funding and the bridge account and the highway engineering up into our office, and reviewing this, we knew that there was a bridge program that was going on, that every 2 years under federal highway and NDOT rules that we would have to inspect our bridges every 2 years. What came across this year while taking over the program is that we learned that if bridges met certain criteria laid out, and this was a memo from NDOT in 2014, I believe, that if certain categories that they had a rating of 4 or less on, and this is out of 10, that they would have to be inspected on a yearly basis. We have 20 bridges out of 128 that have to be inspected on a yearly basis. With the capital improvement plan that's going on, the one bridge we have in federal aid and one that we're going to be working on this fall with the community crossing, we're hoping to take 5 of those bridges out, but we still have 15 that we have to deal with in this situation. We're going to be, you'll be reviewing a contract for a supplement to our bridge program at next Commissioners meeting on the 18th, where we have to approve the contract for the inspection of those 20 bridges on a yearly basis. The aggressive bridge program that we're going to be working on is try to get these other 15 bridges out of this yearly and keep the maintenance of this up, so that way we don't have to have the inspection of bridges on a yearly basis.
Because the reason why we have to approve the contract is ultimately a change order with Beam One and NEF.
Correct.
We have to pay additional funds to have those inspected on a yearly basis. And
Correct.
those still are falling within the 80-20 match, or
That is still falling within the 80-20 match.
But at the end of the day, it's still costing us additional money just to have them inspected on a yearly basis.
Right.
Because they're a 4 or less.
Right.
Well, quite frankly, I don't think we want any bridges at a 4 or less, so
Yes.
it's going to help us keep things better. Go ahead, Mike.
No, I don't have any additional comments.
All right, we need to have a public hearing. I don't have my public hearing thing. Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor of the bridge fund increase? Anyone who would like to speak in favor? One more time, anyone who'd like to speak in favor? Anyone who is opposed to the increase in the bridge fund? Anyone who's opposed? Third time, anyone who's opposed? Okay, the public hearing is closed. So, we have a resolution.
Madam Chairman, I'd like to read into the minutes the resolution 17-05, if I may.
Yep.
A resolution to reestablish the cumulative bridge fund under Indiana Code IC 8-16-3. Be it resolved by the Porter County Board of Commissioners of Porter County, Indiana, that a need now exists for the reestablishment of a cumulative bridge fund for the following purpose. For all uses set out in IC 8-16-3, be it further resolved that this board will adhere to the provisions of Indiana Code 8-16-3. The proposed fund will not exceed .02 cents on each $100 of assessed valuation. Said tax rate will be levied beginning with taxes for 2017 payable 2018. Be it further resolved that proofs of publication of the public hearing held on the 11th day of July 2017 and a certified copy of this ordinance resolution shall be submitted to the Department of Local Government Finance of the State of Indiana as provided by law. This cumulative bridge fund is subject to the approval of the Department of Local Government Finance. Duly adopted by the following vote of the members of said Porter County Board of Commissioners this 11th day of July 2017. I motion to approve such this resolution.
I'll second with one clarification. You said .02 cents per hundred, but it's really 2 cents per hundred. I just want to make sure we're on the same page with that.
It's 2 cents a hundred.
I
All
think
those
that zero should be there then.
Well, that would make it 10 cents if we did that one. But that's the decimal. It was 1 cent, now it's 2 cents. That's what this proposal would do.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is the release of bid documents for the front plaza. Just need a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
And then, I believe, Kathy, if I misstate, jump in, but I believe we've currently got it set that those the bid advertisements are set to hit on the 12th, the 19th, with the pre-bid meeting the 16th. Those bids are due back August 14th, before close of business, to be reviewed at the August 15th Commissioners meeting.
Any other matter which may properly come before the Commissioners? Anyone else? Motion to adjourn? Do I have one?
So moved.
Okay, second. Meeting's adjourned.